living with purpose. So this is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people because we are so stuck within our thoughts that we don't know what's genuine and what's deceiving us to achieve experience. However, the experience will always be suppressed by almost like an invisible layer of potential. So one thing which we can all identify is that our thoughts are great. Our thoughts are great. Why are our thoughts great? Because they give us the perception that something's going to be good for us. And this is magical. This is magical. However, what we don't see is that there's almost like an invisible force which knows that I'll see this person, I'll see us as individuals, a thought, but that thought is never going to raise above that invisible layer of, metaphorically speaking, glass. You can throw someone a seed of thought knowing that that thought will never have the potential to raise above this invisible layer of glass. So what we do is we look up and we think, we perceive this thought's going to be great for me. I'm going to go for it. We achieve it, but we're still stuck in this reality. Eventually we come to understand that was a great experience, or maybe not so much. Maybe we feel that wasn't such a great experience. And I'm still stuck. I'm still stuck in this perception of not knowing what's good for me, not knowing what's true for me, not knowing what's purposeful, not knowing what's going to give me that sense of accomplishment. And it's very interesting because our minds, to start off analyzing what's truly going on, is our minds are extremely sophisticated. They will give us something to run with, knowing that will eventually fizzle out. Our minds are extremely manipulative to give us something to keep our attention focused on. However, it knows that will always not allow us through that pane of glass. We can see it's very interesting psychologically of how we are kept numb to our true potential. And we could refer to our true potential as being the essence which will free ourselves from any fear, suffering, doubt, neglect, deceit, hate, frustration, anger, all of this emotional density, which is effectively feeding off of us to promote its own existence and promote its own power over humanity. It gives us something to run with, to keep our attention focused on. However, will slowly draw bits of energy out through us over time as we run. Because what we're running with is not necessarily what's true for our purpose. And that's where we have to understand, is that where are our thoughts coming from? Are our thoughts coming from our minds, which are perceiving an idea or thought which may be good for us? And this is not a negative thing. However, we must come to understand that through the prolonging of time, we may understand that the experience has always taught us something. And this is what's amazing, is that it doesn't matter what we do in life, we'll always be learning. However, we will come to a point in time where we understand that we now know where our thoughts are coming from. Are our thoughts coming from our perception, which we think, I'm going to do that because that's going to be good for me? Or are we perceiving from our own essence, which is generated from our own instinctual awareness? What's the truth? What's going to be truly good for me? And what's just the perception of what I can achieve? Almost ego. Because the ego loves to thrive off, I'm going to do this because this is going to give me a sense of accomplishment. But once we accomplish something, okay, we've gained the experience, but we may still feel lacking within the emotional value of oneself. And that's what's extremely important to question, is that when we do start to reflect within our divine self and start to explore our potential and what's possible and what's true for us, we realize that the pane of glass that was once reflecting a sense of identity to us and what we should achieve to, become this great self, is only a reflection of possibility given to an existence not true to ourself. And when we start to identify with the true potential of oneself, we realize that the forces which are deceiving our attention, the forces being this false self or this ego self, they cannot reflect any thought no longer, because we perceive what is deceiving us and we know truly within ourselves what is divine and what is righteous for our growth of grasping and strengthening the connection to one's true self, to the divine, to the love, to the light, to the honesty, to the dedication of truth, wisdom, love, positivity, happiness, joy, gratitude. And when we start to connect to this awareness, nothing can deceive this awareness. We become strong within this divine righteousness of potential.